The Devil's Playground, a warning for the digital age. In a small, bustling city, there lived a couple, Amara and Ethan. They were deeply in love, but like many, they were unaware of the invisible battles being waged around them. Unbeknownst to them, the devil had made a promise to God. He would deceive as many believers as possible before the end of time. And so, he set his sights on Amara and Ethan, weaving a web of temptation and destruction through the people and energies around them. Amara was a vibrant soul, but she carried a deep insecurity that made her crave validation. Ethan, though loving, struggled with pride and a fear of failure. Their vulnerabilities made them easy targets. Enter Lila, a woman who embodied the Jezebel spirit, a seductive, manipulative energy that thrived on chaos. Lila was friends with Ethan, and though she seemed harmless at first, her presence was a ticking time bomb. Lila began to plant seeds of doubt in Ethan's mind. "Does Amara really understand you?" she would whisper. "You deserve someone who truly sees your worth." Meanwhile, Lila's own envy of Amara's life fueled her actions. She wanted what Amara had, and she was willing to destroy their relationship to get it. At the same time, Ethan's circle of friends began to change. His old, supportive friends drifted away, replaced by a group of individuals who thrived on negativity. They encouraged his ego, fed his fears, and introduced him to habits that dulled his spirit. Late nights turned into reckless behavior, and Ethan's connection to Amara began to fray. Amara, feeling neglected, turned to social media for comfort. She became obsessed with comparing her life to others, spiraling into jealousy and self-doubt. The devil's energy was working through her phone screen, amplifying her fears and insecurities. She began to lash out at Ethan, and their once loving home became a battleground of anger and resentment. But the story doesn't end in darkness. One night, after a particularly heated argument, Amara broke down. She felt lost, empty, and disconnected from everything she once held dear. In her despair, she prayed for guidance. That same night, Ethan, sitting alone in his car, felt a wave of guilt and shame wash over him. He, too, prayed for clarity. What followed was what spiritual seekers call the dark night of the soul. Both Amara and Ethan were forced to confront their deepest fears, insecurities, and the toxic energies that had taken hold of their lives. It was painful, but it was also transformative. Amara began to journal, meditate, and seek therapy. She realized that her worth wasn't tied to external validation. Ethan, on the other hand, cut ties with his toxic friends and distanced himself from Lila's manipulative energy. He reconnected with his faith and sought forgiveness from Amara. Together, they embarked on a journey of healing. They forgave each other and themselves, and in doing so, they fortified their faith and beliefs. Their home, once filled with tension, became a sanctuary of love and light. They ascended to a higher level of awareness, realizing that the devil's energies, lust, ego, fear, jealousy, and envy were illusions designed to keep them trapped. In the end, Amara and Ethan emerged stronger, not just as individuals but as a couple. They became beacons of hope for their families and friends, showing them that no matter how far you fall, the light is always within reach.